Good morning, welcome to the Microgreen dungeon. It is August 12th and I unstacked the sunflowers and the broccoli yesterday. They were started on the 7th and were unstacked yesterday on the 11th. I'm trying to grow harvest so I can harvest every 5 days. So 5 days after planting these, I'm going to plant the next batch. And I expect these to be ready in either 10 or 9 days. So 8/17 would be 10 days, and I also noted it might be the 16th. Radish are slower, so I planted them later. I planted them yesterday, and they should also be done on the 16th, roughly. And so now, how do I decide what I have to do today? Well, first of all, I always water the sunflowers and give them about 700 milliliters. But here's my little card. So, okay, sunflower and brassica always go together, and the radish got planted on the unstacking day, 4 days later than planting the sunflower unstacking day. And the next batch, sunflower, day after unstack, in other words, day 5. So today I have to plant sunflower, and I always plant brassica together with sunflower. So I've got to start sunflowers and brassica today. Okay, so now I've seeded broccoli and sunflower, and those are ready for the next harvest in 5 days after this one. That's coming up. So this is, I guess I would call this day 1 for this bunch right here. Good morning, it's Monday, August 13th. Here's what I got going. The broccoli and sunflower are 6 days. They're in day 6. They started the 7th. And the radish will be unstacked tomorrow. And the next batch of sunflower and broccoli will be unstacked in 3 days. I have to water suns today, and broccoli, I don't need to water it yet. Usually I like to water broccoli 3 days before harvest, because if you water broccoli too much, it gets really kind of wet. So that's where I at. It's an easy day today, and I can't believe how the fast the sunflowers are growing. That would be good enough to harvest, and we're on day 6. I'm gonna let it go. I mean, I don't, it's 3 more days to harvest. Honestly, I could probably harvest suns today. Broccolis need to go a couple more days, but then I do have the radish down there that need to go in the mix. Sunflowers really like warm weather, that's for sure. Alright, thank you for watching another Before Coffee video. I'm going to water these suns, and that's all I have to do today. Good morning. Another beautiful day, Continuous Harvest Farms. Today it is the 14th of August. These things are going crazy. Sunflowers planted on the 7th. 7 days later, You know, there's no seeds on them. They're pretty much ready to harvest. First thing I'm going to do is water these. I could harvest, and here's the broccoli, which also I could use a few more days, especially in the middle. But honestly, I could get a crop out of that. The thing is, I've got quite a bit in my fridge yet, so I don't need it quite yet. Down here, we've got the next crop, which were planted on the 12th and need to be unstacked on the 16th. And here we've got the radish, which need to be unstacked today on the 14th, and they're going to be harvested together with these two. So my day is pretty much water the sunflowers, unstack and water the radish, and the broccoli. Usually about 2 or 3 days before the broccoli get harvested, I like to water them and make sure that they are starting to dry out on the dry side, not dry, but on the drier side, because a lot of times broccoli gets quite a bit of, it's not transpiration, it oozes liquid out of the pores. So I try not to have broccoli too wet on harvest day. So I'm thinking I'm going to be harvesting tomorrow. Well, I'm scheduled to harvest on the 16th, but it could be earlier. I'm going to have to revise my sheet down to maybe 8 days to harvest. Very different than wintertime. Good morning. It is the 15th today. The 15th is day 8 of the broccoli and sunflower grow, and day 4 of the radish grow. These guys are growing like crazy. These are ready for harvest here in 8 days, so I'm going to have to adjust my schedule. The broccoli are doing quite good. I would say the broccoli could use another day, and the radish are about 2 days away from being ready. So when I adjust my schedule for summer weather, it's going to reflect those time differences, and that means I have to start these a day before the suns, which is crazy because in the past I always started the suns first. Also, I noticed the suns are not getting enough water. If you look here, so I have to increase the amount of water I give to the suns. I think I'm not going to harvest today. I'm just going to give them water, give the suns water, and let the radish catch up a day and harvest tomorrow. So what I have going down here, I've got sunflowers and broccoli, which are going to be unstacked tomorrow. So let me check my cheat sheet. Radish have to be planted on sunflower unstacked day, but I got a problem with radish with my current grow. I have to seed radish today. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to harvest those suns. I'm going to seed some radish and give the suns a little extra water, and plan on harvesting tomorrow. Good morning. It's August 16, harvest day. Sunflowers should have been harvested yesterday, but they will be fine. Oh, they've got their second leaves on some of them. And that's 9 days, so I guess Sunflowers need to be harvested after 8 days in warm weather. Broccoli and radish are looking good. Broccoli, this is the right day. Radish, they're okay. They might be able to go another day, but actually they're good the way they are. So I will be harvesting today, and then I will be unstacking these guys that were seeded on 4 days ago, on the 12th. And before I say I'm going to plant anything, I have to go through my list, and I guess I have to plant the broccolis a day before the sunflowers, because that was a day too long for those sunflowers. That's what I'll be up to today. Good morning. It's the 17th. So I did the harvest yesterday. Got a lot of microgreens. The total weight was about 1,400 grams, of which the sunflowers were about 1,000 grams roughly. And most people would be happy with that, but I don't need that much. I'm growing for one person. I need about 150 grams a day, and on a 5-day cycle, which is about the shelf life of good taste for microgreens, I would need 750 grams. So I have harvested almost twice the amount I need. So good thing, but you know, I throw quite a few microgreens away. I'd like to figure out how to grow less efficiently. But the subject today, as always, is what do I do today? These were unstacked yesterday, and they're just growing quite well. Broccoli here and sunflower, and I will be watering the sunflower. That's the first thing I do every day. And down here we have radish that are stacked, and they're going to be unstacked tomorrow. And I am not going to do any planting today. I'm going to actually give an extra day to figure out a new schedule and to eat up some of these greens. I'm just growing too much, but hey, at least I have enough, right? Good morning. It's the 18th. And this morning, as always, I'm going to start by watering the sunflowers, probably 900 milliliters this time instead of what I used to do, 700, because the last batch dried out a bit. Broccoli's doing okay. I did have some mold or something here. Sunflower. So sunflower is on day 6, and I'd give this a day or two and it'll be done. So I think that this will be ready to harvest on the 20th, not the 21st. Broccoli might be ready on the 20th, but I've got these radish here that are going to be unstacked today. Here's my unstacking date, the 18th. And so I will be unstacking those two. Hopefully they'll be ready when the other two are. I'm also going to be planting broccoli today. I'm going to be planting broccoli 9 days before harvest. Tomorrow, suns 8 days before harvest, and the next day radish 7 days before harvest. So today is when I start the next crop. And that's pretty much it for today. Welcome to another morning at the Microgreen farm. August 19. Sunflowers are 7 days in, broccoli 7 days in, radish 4 days in. Is that right? Yeah, 19 minus 15 is 4. So 7 days to harvest in 80-degree weather. That's my assessment. This one is not really ready. I would say 8 days or 9 days even to harvest. And this one needs a day or two actually. It would probably be ideal at 2 days. So my assessment, 80-degree weather, 9-day crop, 7-day crop, 7-day crop. So sunflowers are the big difference compared to cold weather. Usually they'd be 12 and now I think they're 7. What I'm going to do today, I will water the sunflowers. I'm going to probably go with a liter. I think those are okay. Those are probably okay. It's kind of pushing it, but I'm going to harvest tomorrow. So, and then here I have my next batch going, which I started yesterday. They're 1 day in, and I plan to harvest them in a 9-day harvest, so 8 days from now. And what I'll do is tomorrow I will plant sunflower and radish to be harvested at the same time as that one. All right, it's the 20th, and this bunch here is ready for harvest. It's a day ahead of what I had originally thought. I timed it for 9 days, but the sunflower and the broccoli are ready in 8 days. The radish is actually looking okay too. And radish is 5 days. Broccoli at 8. Sunflower at 8 days. Pretty healthy bunch of sunflowers. So this is the crop that we've been following through this series of videos. What I'm going to do to get the next crop started, I've already started broccoli 2 days ago, and today I will start sunflowers and radish, and that's using a different crop schedule than I used on those.